I want to speak briefly to you from this subject. When God finds a job, you may be seated. When God finds a job. When God finds a job. Tomorrow we will be celebrating, many people will be celebrating what has been labeled and termed as Labor Day. It is Labor Day. It is a day when people finally take off their work clothes, put on their happy clothes, and begin to celebrate. They begin to celebrate and rest from all of their labor from last year all the way to this year. The first Monday of every September is Labor Day. So the first Tuesday from last year all the way up to today, people have been working hard, and tomorrow they will take off their clothes, their uniforms, their whatever, and they will celebrate, they will rest, they will drink Kool-Aid, they will grab a remote, they will barbecue, they will get on Eastern Parkway, they will shake what their mama gave them. They're going to do whatever they need to do to celebrate because they have been working hard. Are there any hard-working people in the building? I'm talking about hard work. I'm not talking about these fake hard-working people. You work for 5 minutes and now you need a break. We were here in choir rehearsal yesterday and they gave Tawana, they challenged her. I told you gotta get a backbone. You need a backbone, girl, because them kids sung for 5 minutes and said we need a break. They sung for 5 minutes and said I say you don't need to get no break. You ain't saying nothing. You don't know nothing. You don't know half the song yet. You need a break. But you have adults who do the same thing. Work 5 minutes and you need a break. Do a few things and you need a break. I don't know about you, but I'm allergic to lazy people. I'm allergic to people who don't like to work. I'm allergic to people who just sit there and won't do nothing. They don't go the extra mile. They don't ask, do you need any help? You say, they see you carrying stuff. They walk right by you. They don't open no door. They don't ask, what can I do? Well, I got to get out. They are just, don't you have an issue with lazy people? Only hardworking people got issue with lazy people. I ain't got no issue with lazy people because you lazy. It's hard to have an issue with lazy people if you're lazy. But hard-working people, they get annoyed when they look at lazy people. And the problem is tomorrow, lazy folks are going to celebrate like they've been working. Lazy folks are going to get on Eastern Parkway. They're going to get their stuff on. They're going to shake. They're going to shift. You would think they got 18 jobs. They do. I ain't got an issue with people who don't work. I got an issue with people who ain't trying to work. There is a difference. If you ain't got a job, that's one thing. If you don't want a job, you ain't trying to work. You can't remember the last time you had a job. You don't know what a pay stub look like. What is FICA? What is Social Security? What is don't nobody pay no tax. You're lazy. Lazy. Yeah, you see my passion about lazy people. It annoys me when lazy people will just sit there and won't do nothing. It even trickles down to the church. Lazy folks come into church and won't even clap their hands. Lazy folks come into church, won't even stand on their feet. You don't even realize the God you serve. As lazy as you are, He still blessed you. I think the problem with this text, y'all, is that we are dealing with a God who likes to work. We are dealing with a God who enjoys working. God never sits back and don't do stuff. He is forever moving. He is forever changing stuff. And the problem with this is that people call God capricious. If God is ever doing something, God is always changing. He never makes up his mind. God is not capricious. God's mind is made up, but he is always moving. He is always 8,000 steps ahead of us. When you think you know God, God changes on you. When you know him on one level, he'll change the whole situation so you can get to know him on another level. God is always, I'm excited that I know God on a level that I know him on. If I had never been hungry, I wouldn't know that he can feed you. If I had never been homeless, I wouldn't know that he will provide. If I had never been left in a storm, I would never know him as an umbrella. God, it teaches you how to know him through suffering. God teaches you more about him when he puts you through all kinds of suffering. So if you are going through something right now, it's okay. God has just got you in another class that you may learn him on another level. And folks get an attitude because they say, oh, I'm going through. He said, oh, that ain't nothing. What do you mean that ain't nothing? You don't. We already took this class. We already passed this class. You mad about? No, God will teach you. He'll teach you. And you gotta pay attention or you repeat the class. But he teaches you this stuff, y'all, in the furnace of affliction. You begin to know God in the furnace of affliction. Why not call on his name voluntarily so he ain't got to pitch you through all of these furnaces to get you to call his name? I will pitch you in furnace. Malachi. And we always read Malachi 3:8 because it has to deal with tithing. Will a man rob God? But if you back up to verse 3, he says, and he shall sit as a refiner and a purifier of gold. God sits as a refiner. God sits as a jeweler. God sits as one who makes precious gems. And he says, and he shall purify the sons of Levi. That's powerful. I got one year, because you think Levites are only the people that sing. Levites is anyone who serves in the house. So the text says, he will purify the sons of Levi. When they purify gold, they would dip it in the fire and they would keep their eye on the metal, and they would hold it steady, and they would not take it out the fire until they knew it was ready. What are they doing? They are taking all of the impurities out of the gold. So what is God doing when he puts you in fire? He puts you through a hell, and he holds you steady, and he watches you until all of the impurities are come out of your body and your life and your mind. So if you are going through fire, that means, God, don't worry. Why are you crying? God has you in the palm of his hand. You are in the fire. You are being purified. Why are you crying? Because you're in the fire. God has you. And you heard the story about the lady who went to the refiner and asked him, how long do you keep the jewelry in the fire? And the refiner says, I hold it with my tools and I dip it in the fire and make sure all of the impurities are out. She says, yeah, I know that. I read that. I understand that. You put it in the fire. You hold it. You make sure all of the impurities drop off. So my question is, when do you take it out the fire? Because I'm going through hell and I'm trying to figure out if you are copying God, then I will know when I'm coming out the fire. He says, good question. I take it out the fire when I see my reflection in the gold. So you wonder, when am I getting out the fire? When am I going to get a job? When am I going to get married? No, you're not pure enough yet. You still got your ways. You still got your insecurities. And God will keep you in the fire until when he looks at you, he sees himself. He has to make sure you look like him. You walk like him. You talk like him. You ain't cussing on Saturday and singing on Sunday. You ain't there communion on Sunday and drinking liquor on Monday. You gotta look like him. Look at it. Chapter 9 verse 1 blew my mind. It says, and Jesus passed by. And Jesus passed by. And Jesus, y'all, passed by. It seems very simple. It seems like he is just passing by. Like he ain't got nothing else to be doing. Anytime God passes by you, there is glory in that. Anytime God gets near you, it is a time for exponential growth. Anytime God passes by your house, that is when God is trying to do something. You remember Moses? Moses said, God, I want to see you. I want to see you face to face. God said, you can't see me. But I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to hide you in the cleft of the rock, and I'll pass by you. And Moses saw the glory. I don't need God to live in my house. Just pass by. I don't need you to live in my apartment. Just pass by. You ain't got to be in my marriage. Just pass by. You ain't got to dwell here all day. Just pass by. Oh, you better be glad God passed by you. When you were in the wrong bed, God passed by you. Almost married the wrong person, but God passed by you. They walking, y'all, and they pass by. And they see this man who was blind, not like Ray, but like Stevie, from birth. He is blind now. Now you gotta look at this. They pass a man who's blind from birth. This tells me he's been blind for 15, 20 years, y'all. At least sometimes you will be going through hell for years before God passes you by. And you're thinking God forgot about you. God didn't forget about you. There is a set time for your deliverance. There is an expiration date on the hell you going through. Just hang in there. It might be a few years. Might be a few months. It might come this week. But you gotta hold on. And look what happens. The disciples want to get into some theological construct. They want to create a debate. They want to figure out, how did this man go blind? The man, y'all, is blind, and all they want to figure out is, how did he get there? The man is he's sick. The man is going through hell, and all the disciples want to know is, how did this happen? You ever ask somebody for help? And they just want to know, how you get in this predicament? How you let this happen? We ain't got time to be explaining all that. If I'm in a fire and I'm calling 911, I don't expect the operator to say, who started the fire? I was going to cook the cops to say, who pulled the gun out first? I expect you to send some help. How this happen? How your marriage end like this? How you get sick like this? How you lose your job like this? How you let that man go like this? How you let your children get like that? How you let your daughter get pregnant? How you let your son get in the gang? Higher. Just shut up and help. you can't help, just be quiet. You don't need an explanation of how I got here. I've fallen and I can't get up. He says, no. Let me tell you why you are going through what you are going through. Let me explain to you why the man is blind. Let me explain to you why you broke. Let me explain to you why you keep getting the same kind of man. Let me explain to you why you can wake up on Monday and be happy and wake up on Tuesday and be depressed. Let me explain to you how you can have money one season and be broke as a joke the next season. Let me explain to you how you can make 100,000 and walk in one day and have no job. Let me explain to you how your children can be good and you wake up the next day and they're cussing you out. Let me explain to you why you going through the hell you going through. He says that I may go to work, that I may work the works of him that sent me. That's why you are going through stuff, y'all. So God has to find a job, and you are the one he is working on. From 9 to 5, God is working on you. On the weekends, God is working on you. Some of y'all, God puts in overtime. Give God a praise for going to work. Give God a praise for not taking off, even on Labor Day. Work for me, Jesus. Work on me, God. Work on my attitude. Work on my mind. Work on my body. Work on my family. Work on my church. Work on my anointing. Work on my habits. Work on my attitude. Work on my bad mouth. Work on my lying tongue. Work on my stealing hands. Work, Jesus.